You can have the best solution in the world, but if you can't explain it clearly, it might never see the light of day. Albert Einstein. This quote is so true, particularly when it comes to your point of view, because your point of view doesn't always win. One of the best ways for me to explain what I mean is with the help of a story. This story is not about two consultants. This story, though, is about two people that you might know. You might recognize their names. The first one, Thomas Edison. The other one, Nikola Tesla. And it's the story of electricity. This story highlights three key lessons for consultants to keep in mind to consider when it comes to their own point of view. Plus, a key lesson for consultants to consider when it comes to other consultants' points of view. Hi, I'm Laura Burford, and I help independent consultants focus on what matters. Focus on what matters. What are they known for? Who do they help? How do they serve? How do they create the right clients, have consistent revenue, and live life on their own terms? Your point of view is one of those things that matter. If you're interested in knowing more about what I mean by focus on what matters, download the ultimate guide to building a successful consulting business. There is a link in the description area, but if you put guide in the comment section, I'll make sure you receive a copy. If you find this video helpful, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell. When you think of who invented electricity, who do you think of? Edison? Tesla? Somebody else? I immediately think of Thomas Edison. In 1879, Thomas Edison created commercially practical incandescent light bulb. But a single light bulb and the ability to light a single home was only the start. What was needed was the ability to bring power to entire cities, to states, and beyond. That meant somebody had to figure out the best way to deliver electricity. Both Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla had ideas. Tesla worked for Edison for a period of time, but they split because they had fundamentally different views as the best way to deliver electricity. What resulted? Two competing approaches. Edison, backed by J.P. Morgan, believed in direct current, or what we refer to as DC. It was steady, it was reliable, but it didn't travel far, which meant you needed a lot of stations for the electricity to be distributed. Tesla, who was backed by George Westinghouse, believed in alternating current, or AC. It was more efficient, cheaper to scale, and its capability of reaching entire cities far surpassed DC's capability. Edison, backed by J.P. Morgan, fiercely defended DC. He launched public campaigns about the dangers of AC and even staged electrocutions of animals to make his point. While Edison was out promoting his DC approach, Tesla remained in the labs, working to refine his AC system and proving how much more practical AC was for transmitting power over long distances. The pivotal point came in 1893 when the Niagara Falls Commission requested proposals for the Niagara Falls Power Project. The commission needed to choose a system to generate and transmit hydroelectric power from the falls. At the time, it was one of the most ambitious energy projects. Tesla's AC system through Westinghouse Electric won the contract. The commission had found their proposal and their approach much more compelling. Edison and JP Morgan were surprised. When the plant was completed in 1896, it successfully transmitted electricity from Niagara Falls to Buffalo, New York, 26 miles away. Tesla and Westinghouse approach, their point of view, cemented AC's superiority. Based on what I said so far, it looks like the best approach won. AC over DC. So what went wrong? Why is Tesla's name not associated with the best approach? Why do we not think of Tesla when we think of electricity? Here's where the narrative shifts. Westinghouse had financially overextended himself, securing Tesla's patents and fighting Edison's powerful campaign, his powerful communication campaign. As Westinghouse faced bankruptcy, he was forced to negotiate with his investors like JP Morgan. Ultimately, JP Morgan, with his deep financial means, acquired many electrical companies, including Westinghouse, and he consolidated them into what eventually became General Electric, with Edison's name attached to General Electric and electricity. GE now owned Tesla's AC system, and AC, alternating current, became the system of choice. Edison won and is attributed with the best electrical idea because he won over the public. He strongly communicated his point of view. DC was safer and superior, even though it was not. The perception was it was. Edison actively promoted his point of view to the public, to investors and politicians. Edison staged public demonstrations, even controversial ones, to show why his point of view should be accepted. And he aligned with powerful backers like JP Morgan, who helped him scale and distribute it. Meanwhile, while Edison was out there promoting his ideas, Tesla was back in the lab, working to refine his AC approach. He wasn't out there promoting it. He believed the quality of his ideas would speak for themselves. The problem is the quality did not speak for it, or not to the level necessary for him to receive the credit. Simply, Telsa did not capture or dominate the public's attention. In closing, this Edison Telsa story provides 3 key lessons for you to keep in mind when it comes to your point of view. The first, you need more than a brilliant point of view. Yes, your point of view helps you stand out in a crowded field of other consultants, but you need to clearly and repeatedly articulate it in your marketing materials, post on social media, networking conversations, and even your website. Second lesson is if you don't share and advocate for you and your point of view, others, even those with weaker ideas, will shape the conversation. That's exactly what Edison did. He shaped the conversation. And third, being right or having what people consider to be the best point of view is not enough. You must be heard. Communicate, both verbally and in written format. The mistake Telsa made was he thought the quality of his work, his ideas, would stand on its own. A strong, credible point of view isn't just developed. You need to communicate it, own it, speak it, share it, write it. You want people to hear your point of view and say, that sounds like me. They get it. They understand me. Maybe I should listen to them. But there is another lesson here as well. And the lesson is for consultants about other consultants' points of view. Edison and JP Morgan were surprised that they did not, or they were not awarded the contract for the Niagara Falls project. They were the ones that were out there. They were the ones that were out there communicating how great their approach was. The commission looked past the communicating, looked past Edison and JP Morgan, and selected the best technical solution for what they believed was the best technical solution. Consultants need to do the same thing. If you are looking for help, don't just assume because somebody isn't the best communicator that their point of view isn't the best one for them. Look at all points of view and decide what point of view is going to help you succeed. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. I hope you're walking away with at least one idea that you can implement immediately. If you would like more information or other videos on your point of view, check out the Point of View playlist. A link to the playlist is in the description area. And don't forget to download the Ultimate Guide to Building a Successful Consulting Business. A link to the guide is in the description area. But if you put guide in the comment section, I'll make sure you receive a copy of the guide. And as always, if you would like to discuss your consulting business, reach out and we'll see if we can find a time to talk. I look forward to seeing you on a future video. Until then, take care.